And then here I'm going to share with you a game-changing strategy that I stumbled on, like mistakenly, and it took my scholarship application quality from this level to this level. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sylvie, and in 2014 I got the MEX Japanese Government Scholarship. In 2016 I was a third runner-up for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. In 2018 I received the Yala Scholarship, and in 2021 I received the Clinton Global Initiative Fellowship. So if you want to be a pro at getting fully funded scholarships, make sure you watch this video right through till the end. So I got my first fully funded scholarship in 2014, and it is called the MEX Japanese Government Scholarship. And if you do not know about it, this is actually a fully funded scholarship provided by the Japanese government to students all around the world at all levels. Bachelor students can apply for it, master students can apply for it, and PhD students can apply for it. So let me take you down memory lane. This is like many years ago, and I'm going to tell you the story of my life and what was happening during each period in time, and what you can learn from it as you prepare to be a pro at getting fully funded scholarship. So, when I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to study abroad. But I knew for a fact that my single mother could not afford to pay tuition fees abroad. So I had to find a way of how do I study abroad for free? That was my question, and I hope that it is your question too. So years later, I started my bachelor study with a clear idea of what I wanted to do after studies. But I knew that no one gets a chance at studying abroad for free with bad grades. So I needed to make sure that throughout my bachelor studies, I got good grades. That leads us to tip number 1. If you want to study abroad for free, plan ahead. That gives you time to build a strong CV, as well as it gives you time to wrap up co-curricular activities that are extremely important when you are going to be applying for scholarships. That is why when I work with students to prepare them to apply for fully funded scholarships, the preparation period is between 6 to 12 months. So if you want to join in, there is a link in the description box. Go fill up the information and I am going to get back to you. So fast forward 2009, I graduated from the university with a second class upper. It wasn't really the first class that I was targeting, but I came pretty close, and I knew that, okay, I am on my way to getting a fully funded scholarship, or at least studying abroad for free. So after university, I was trying to get a scholarship, I was applying for jobs, I was trying to figure out life. So 2009, rejections. 2010, rejections. 2011, rejections. 2012, rejections. 2013, rejections. 5 years of rejections. So this brings me to tip number 2. You need to build mental strength when you are applying for scholarships. You may have good grades, you may have good recommendation letters, you may have good co-curricular activities, and you still get rejected for scholarships. I had all of those things, and I was rejected for 5 years. It was in the 6th year that I got my first scholarship. So in 2013, I got tired of the rejections, and I decided that it was time to change strategy, because I was splitting my time between applying for jobs, trying to figure out life, and also applying for scholarships. So I wasn't really focused. So I decided that I was zoning on one thing, which is applying for scholarships. But I didn't have access to the internet. It was expensive to be able to get access to the internet, and I thought to myself, what do I do? So I applied for a job at the local cyber cafe. I know that so many of you may not know what a cyber cafe, not even a local cyber cafe is. You may not know what a cyber cafe is, but let me explain it. A cyber cafe is a place where you spend money, you buy time to use the internet. For example, you're given tickets for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and it costs you something. You give that money and then you are given access to the internet. So fortunately, I got that job and I was the girl who was selling tickets. So that gave me access to the internet for the 8 hours that I was at work every weekday. And it gave me time to be able to do a lot of things with reference to applying to scholarships. And that leads me to tip number 3. If you have been applying for scholarships several times back to back over the years and you've been getting rejections, change strategy. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So please change strategy. And now tip number 4. To apply and get fully funded scholarships, you need to focus. I know that after graduating, you have to apply for jobs, you have bills to take care of, you have to take care of yourself, but you need time to be able to focus on applying for scholarships. Maybe in your busy schedule, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, or however time you need, but you need to carve out some time just for applying for scholarships in your busy schedules. So back to the story. In 2013, I was working at the cyber cafe, everything was going well, and then here I'm going to share with you a game-changing strategy that I stumbled on, like mistakenly. And it took my scholarship application quality from this level to this level. And that is how you get a fully funded scholarship. So I was crawling all the pages on the internet, just trying to figure out what is on the internet about each of the scholarships. And you know what I stumbled on? Forums. Have you all ever heard about forums? So forums are actually a part of a website where people ask questions, answer questions, share experiences, and then others ask like rhetorical questions. You don't have to put like your name or your ID out there. You can have like a fake name, that is okay. And the MEX Scholarship Forum that I stumbled on, it went like right back till the 1990s. So there was like a ton of information. And what did I do? I took my time, went through that entire forum. I took notes. I printed out some people had like samples of their applications. I printed them out. I had everything, and I took all of that knowledge. I had a strategy for answering each of the questions. I had a strategy for each of the steps that I was applying for throughout the scholarship. When it was the time that I had to write the English exam, I had a strategy. When it was the time that I had to prepare for the oral exam, I had a strategy. I had a strategy when it was answering just the normal essay questions. What do you want to study? Where do you want to study? What are some questions that they can ask you? I had all of that covered. So when I took that information and I went to applying for scholarships, I was ready. And guess what happened? When the results came out, voila! Guess who was granted a fully funded scholarship? So pay attention to those forums. And that leads me to tip number 5. If you want to get fully funded scholarship, you need mentors. Scholarship mentors. These are those who have gone through the process. They can guide you. They can tell you about their experiences, what they went through, what they learned, how you can strategize in a way where you do not repeat their mistakes. And where do you find scholarship mentors? LinkedIn. People always put that information in their bios. Type the scholarship that you want to apply for, and you're going to see scholars that are like alumni of that scholarship. You can always reach out. They are going to share information with you. And the second thing is, if you are not able to get mentors, crawl the internet like I did. Crawl the internet and search for forums. Read through all of these forums. Get as much information as you can from it. And you can ask questions. Maybe you go through the entire forum and you do not have your own question answered. Ask a question and you are going to get your answers. So, are you ready to practice? look here on the screen. There is a video about a fully funded scholarship that you can apply for. I want you to take all of these strategies, take the strategies in this video, go ahead, do your application, and let us see if you're able to make it through. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Cheers.